Warriors. Please welcome, out of the blue corner, representing Team Fight Fortress and fighting out of Pakistan, give it up for Ulomi Karim.
You did it, Phil Campbell, and I'm proud of you for it. Ulomi Karim returns to the Brave cage. Brave 17, we last saw him. Now Brave 47, he looks to reignite his career and step forward in this bantamweight division.
Out of the red corner, representing All India Mixed Martial Arts Federation and fighting out of India, please welcome Mohammed Farhad.
And here comes Mohammed Farhad, flying the Indian flag. Last fought November 2019, beat Kushel Vyas by TKO via leg kicks. That was a Brave 30, Phil. And you've got to look at how devastating and accurate he was with that. He had so much pressure on his shoulders stepping into that arena. But first of all, he threw 2 leg kicks. They hit that sciatic nerve. He dropped his opponent. And when he got back, he called him back to his feet. He greeted him with yet another shin to that thigh. And that was all she wrote.
And you cannot absorb those kinds of leg kicks from a former Indian national Muay Thai champion. 11-3 as a pro. If you look at the breakdown, 10 of his wins have come by KO or TKO. He is a legitimate, devastating striker who at this weight class carries knockout fight finishing power. Illustrated by the fact 7 of his wins have come in the very first round via that aforementioned KO or TKO.
Amazing stuff. And Kirik, I'm going to lean on you a little. We had a history lesson from you early on. Just highlight that again. Pakistan versus India. There's so much history behind these two countries. So much fraught stuff that goes on between them. But in the cage tonight, they will put it on and they will lay that on. They will be brothers when they leave.
Brian, it's not just history, I'll be frank, it's enmity. These are two countries that don't get along. But explicitly in Brave Combat Federation, the idea of pitting athletes representing these two nations against each other is to build brotherhood. At the end of this fight, I don't know who's going to win. That's why we're having the fight. But these two men will be brothers.
During the warm-up, as we saw them feeling out the cage, Mohammed Farhad was drilling takedown defense, drilling uppercuts, drilling knees. That's some of the weapons, that's some of the awareness he's going to have, because Karim will want to close that distance, use the cage, use that cage grappling, Phil, to try and get it into his world.
Exactly, it does have elements of a striker versus grappler type fight, but as you say, he was drilling those fundamentals that when you look into them are predicated on the takedown being attempted by your opponent. But what Ulomi Karim is going to have to do is, if the route of victory for him is to get the fight to the ground, he has to set that up with his hands. We saw in the previous fight, Rana Ruga Pratap Singh did not set the takedowns up and got punished for it.
And we are now set for this bantamweight contest. What a walkout, what a moment for both these fighters, both returning after long layoffs and both looking to claim their spot in the bantamweight rankings here at Brave. Let's hand it to the Roaring Lion, Carlos Kramer.
Brave Nation, this next battle is 3 5-minute rounds in the bantamweight division. Don't blink, it's Pakistan versus India right now. Introducing your first warrior. Fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 7 wins and 5 losses. He stands 170 centimeters tall and weighs already 61.6 kilograms. Representing Team Fight Fortress and fighting out of Pakistan. Give it up for Ulomi Karim. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man's a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 11 wins and 3 losses. He stands 178 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 61.2 kilograms. Representing All India Mixed Martial Arts Federation and fighting out of Mumbai, India, please welcome Muhammad Farhad. Your referee is the Bandit, Decky Larkin.
Big shout out to Toyota Bahrain, our official automotive partner.
We look there at the tail of the tape. Muhammad Farhad, the taller of the two, an 8-centimeter height. Advantage reach on his side as well. And we are set for this bantamweight contest. Muhammad Farhad in the red corner, Ulomi Karim in the blue.
It'll be interesting to see both men having not competed in such a long time. Will there be a little bit of a feeling out process, or will they just get straight down to it?
Looks like they're getting straight down to it, but before it, there was a little glove touch showing that character that so characterizes the Brave Combat Federation cage.
And you can already see from Muhammad Farhad, he's on his toes and he's going backwards. He's keeping that range.
You can see from that wide stance as well, Brian, that it's almost anticipating the takedown, keeping that base nice and wide.
Oh, head kick just glances across over the skull there of Ulomi Karim.
He's stunning him with these shots. He is stunning him and keeping him on the back foot.
And it really is stylistically who can impose their game plan, and this is what Karim wants. He wants to close the distance, make the cage his friend, use that to chain up those wrestling, those takedowns. Oh, but he slips.
That little exchange, it's part of the most grueling aspect of mixed martial arts, that in-close grappling. May not look like a lot's going on, but it's essentially an immovable force against an immovable object against an unstoppable force.
Expect Kratos to maybe go after the body again. In mixed martial arts, you want to land that right hand. It's on the percentage basis, by far the highest way to win the fight is land a right hand, but it's a lot easier if you go to the body a little bit.
Nice overhand right there coming from Ulomi Karim. Trying to work his way on the inside, but he's stopped using that head movement now, Phil. There we go. We see a little bit now. He needs to make sure he's not just eating shots.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do is be a static target against someone like Muhammad Farhad, who does have incredible striking, works the body, works the head, then works the leg. That is beautiful sequential striking.
And Kirik, when you talk about the range of fights, when finding your range, it is so important. If you can impose where you want the fight to take place so you can put them in danger and stay out of it. And that feels to me what Farhad is doing.
It is. Distance management is one of the biggest aspects of mixed martial arts that's hidden to a degree. How far apart, because this is a game of inches, not even inches, this is a game of less than an inch. A shot, if it digs in an inch, can cause a stunning effect like that. Give him one more inch and it won't do that. So the ability to maintain exactly the distance that you want is critical to success in the Brave Combat Federation cage.
Gotta say, Ulomi Karim closing the distance. He threw a little uppercut there, which just glanced across the chin. A warning shot for Farhad, but now once again against the cage, Phil.
And on that single, he needs to try and run the pipe on that. And what I mean by that is he needs to cut the angle to spin out and almost pivot to get his opponent to the ground. But he did eat some shots there, Brian, showing that not just a beard in one sense of the word, he has it because he can take a shot.
And you look as well, Kirik, at the head position here. That is such an important part of takedowns, getting that pressure on your opponent, getting that in the right place. That's a battle going on within the war here.
It is. It's called giraffe fighting, and Kratos is ahead in that regard.
Oof, overhand left there from Farhad. Such an interesting opening 3 minutes we've had between these two. 2 minutes left in this opening round. Stepping in again is Ulomi, but he's greeted by those low kicks, throws one himself.
He has to be careful because there's only so many leg kicks you can take from Muhammad Farhad, and the more he throws them, the more of an investment that is for him later in the round, later in rounds that will precede it.
But Ulomi Karim, one of his weapons, you talk about his durability, those takedown. Oh, he put it straight right, comes in.
He's holding on the button and he's found it.
He's eating huge shots here. He's desperation, takedown, reverting to type, but how tough is Ulomi Karim?
Hanging on, looking for the takedown. Decky Larkin warning against the cage.
And scores a big takedown of his own, gentlemen.
We saw it in his fight back there at Brave 17. He took so much damage, was on wobbly legs there. Somehow he survived. And once again, he's done it.
And he's now smashing Mohamed Farhad with elbows. What presence of mind from Ulomi Karim to be able to shoot in for the double leg takedown and score it.
Gentlemen, that kind of toughness can have a severe effect on your opponent. When you've hit your opponent with your very, very best shots, and the response you get is to get taken down, it makes that fight an awful lot harder.
I will say, looking like he's still on wobbly legs, Ulomi Karim, but he's getting the time he needs to try and get those cobwebs gone.
He cannot give Mohamed...
see his feet, his balance isn't quite there, Phil.
No, that's a good observation, but he cannot give Mohamed Farhad time to resettle again. Needs to throw his hands, get him to the fence, and again with the uppercut, but he needs to get that takedown again.
Oh, another right hand comes in from Mohamed Farhad. What a fight, what an opening round here. 20 seconds left as we come to the end of it. Oh, a nice leg kick there from Karim. The dog is coming out.
And you have to then ask the question that Mohamed Farhad has landed. Ulomi Karim with a huge shot.
Fighters are right on top of us. Kratos trying to end it right here in front of us. Round ends.
What a fight we have in front of us here.
Wow, you are getting value for money right here, right now with this fight alone. Ulomi Karim in big trouble, Phil, in that round. Got wobbled, almost got finished there. Decky Larkin right on top of the action. Got the double leg, went against the cage. As you said, somehow survived, found it within him. And then to finish the round like that, fantastic stuff.
Yeah, he looked like he was out on his feet. He was put down on his backside more than once in that fight. But again, the presence of mind, the heart, the will to endure. Look, this is instinct. This gentleman is working on instinct. He's taking shots, scores the takedown, and even lands some big shots of his own.
And you look at that, as far as scoring, you mentioned it there, Kirik, how do you score that? Because he was in big trouble, but then he put right at the end of the round Mohamed Farhad in trouble himself.
There's a saying in mixed martial arts, never leave it in the hands of the judges, because judges can score a fight either way. It could be the same fight. One judge goes one way, one goes the other, but what you're seeing here is two fighters doing their utmost to not leave it in the hands of the judges.
We are set for round number 2, and I cannot wait. Ulomi Karim in the blue corner, Mohamed Farhad.
Big thanks to B1, our hygiene partner.
They touch gloves, back to work, nice right hand. Look how fresh. Again. And again, he's touching him, he's causing damage against Farhad.
It's almost as if Ulomi Karim has absorbed the punishment and in doing so absorbed a little bit of the power of Mohamed Farhad.
Absolutely stunning start to this second round.
How does Ulomi Karim look like the fresher fighter right now?
So fresh and shaking off all the damage that he took in that first round, and look at this.
Oh, big slam potentially happening.
Oh, right in front of his corner as well there, Phil.
And again, a very intelligent mixed martial arts, trying to triangle the legs a la Khabib.
And that takes, what does that take away as far as the base, Kirik, for this stand-up?
It's called shelving. If you can bring a fighter's ankles higher than his hips, it makes it quite a bit harder to get up. It makes it so much harder to get up that you're almost guaranteed to be able to land at least one good punch to the face.
Some nice inside dirty boxing there, Phil. Nice, he's caught him again with the right hand.
It was a little bit shaky after that shot there, Brian. But Ulomi Karim now mixing it up beautifully. It's almost like he's taken the confidence of that first round. He may feel like he's taken everything. Farhad can throw at him, but then eats a big shot. He mustn't like the food at the hotel because he just hit that shot.
Oh, and the left hand comes straight down the pipe there. Oh, he stopped him! That's it!
He's sitting!
Wow!
Down!
Wow!
Is victorious!
That was a huge shot right out of nowhere. Just when it looked like Ulomi Karim was in the ascendancy, the fight completely turns on a six-man. Huge shot from Mohamed Farhad, completely stiffs Ulomi Karim.
And you see great respect there, going over to check that his opponent is okay. The medical staff looked at that, was such a knockout. And as you said, Phil, the momentum was switching. Karim came out with such intensity, catching Mohamed Farhad a number of times in that round. He was on the back foot, and as Karim came forward, he got caught and finished. What a fantastic knockout. Talk us through it.
There you see Ulomi Karim perhaps overcommitting a little bit, and it was just picture-perfect placement from Mohamed Farhad. I don't think he's going to land a cleaner shot than that in his mixed martial arts career. Right down the pipe, lands clean on his opponent, completely separates Ulomi Karim from his senses. And he's getting the best possible medical care here. The doctors are in the cage right now.
Gentlemen, there is a thing in mixed martial arts and in boxing called the button. It's a spot on the chin, and if you hit that button clean, your man is out.
And look at that, ladies. Very happy Mohamed Farhad flying that Indian flag. Such an impressive performance. Had to come through adversity. We said right now, right here, this fight will make a statement in the bantamweight division. You cannot argue that he has put every one of those bantamweights on notice tonight, Kirik.
Huge shout out to Ulomi Karim. It takes two fighters to make a fight. If a fighter plays a defensive game, uses distance management, excessive head movement, it's impossible to take him out. Kratos fights for the crowd, he fights for his nation. Both fighters deserve huge credit for this incredible fight ending.
Stunning stuff there. Once again, Phil, just talk us through this right hand.
There you see a slight overextension from Ulomi Karim, drops the shoulder, exposes the chin, and boom, night. Great work from Deggy Larkin getting in there, looking after the fighter, but what a finish. That's a knockout of the year contender, gentlemen.
Every single angle we look at this, it gets more devastating, Kirik.
For those of you in Brave Nation who are concerned about the fighter's health, what caused the knockout there is jaw pressure on a massive nerve running up to the brain. This is a different knockout than if a kick hits you in the temple. This is not a concussion-causing knockout. This was pressure of the jaw on a nerve.
Ulomi Karim has been taken from the cage with our fantastic medical staff, but let's give the moment.
Brave Nation, what an exciting end to another bout. This one comes to an end at 1 minute and 18 seconds of the second round. Your winner